Come here. I got some tea. Let's sip. Now listen, I was minding my own business. I logged into Threads, and this was the first thing that I saw. V from Under the Desk News put this out over on Threads. Finding out Susan Collins is a home-wrecking hoe that was stepping out with a married father of 3 while his wife had cancer, and then convinced that man to leave his dying wife to marry her instead was wild. And then when I looked underneath V's post, I see that this is a conversation that's trending. So I click on the trending topic, and this is what came up. Andy O'Brien tweeted this. Now, Andy O'Brien is a journalist, I believe. Don't hold me to that. But he tweeted this. Susan Collins should be careful about throwing stones from glass houses when it comes to issues of infidelity. It's been an open secret in Washington, D.C. for decades, but the Washington Street Journal and the New York Times have never probed into it. Wonder why? And then he adds this little tidbit of information. The exact date of Thomas Daffrin's divorce from his first wife, Margot Corey, is not a matter of public record, though it occurred sometime prior to his marriage to U.S. Senator Susan Collins in August of 2012. So this is a viral conversation that is taking place on Threads and on Twitter that allegedly Susan Collins is a home-wrecking hoe who was having an affair with Thomas Daffrin, who later became her policy advisor or something like that. He was married to Margot Corey. She allegedly had cancer. Thomas Daffrin divorced his wife, Margot, and a year later got married to Susan Collins. And after they got married, Margot passed away from cancer. This is all alleged, and the reason why it probably was never picked up from mainstream news media is because no one can find the divorce records. And so people are also speculating if Thomas actually got divorced from Margot. I'm guessing Susan had something to say about the information that came out in regards to Graham Plattner and his little platform and his sexting scandal that he's currently dealing with. Let me go over and see if Susan had something to say. Now, I took a quick look-see. I didn't find her speaking on Graham Plattner and his current scandal, but she did speak on one of Graham Plattner's previous scandals.
And you have Graham Plattner using profanity and saying that this wounded soldier doesn't deserve to live.
I don't know what Susan Collins is talking about, but it is clear to me that she's trying to spin something. What? Isn't Graham Plattner former military? Wasn't he in the Iraq War? Girl. And look at this. These Republicans, look at this. In searching to see what Susan Collins had to say about Graham Plattner's current scandal, I came across this.
But Democrats have got a huge problem. Graham Plattner in Maine is one example, that terrible Senate candidate.
Well, he's a major sleazebag. I mean, you look at him.
Yeah.
Can't imagine that but yet he's up in the polls against Susan Collins. But she's always down in the polls, and she survives. But
they have James Tallarico in Texas. They have
I think he's one of the worst. Actually, I think Tallarico is worse. You want to know the two of them? I think Tallarico's probably worse.
Not the king of sleazeballs calling somebody else a sleazeball. Isn't he the king of infidelity? Didn't he cheat on, is it Ivana? Didn't he cheat on her with Marla Maples? Left her and married Marla Maples, then cheated on Marla Maples and got with Melania. And then he cheated on Melania. The unmitigated gall. The unmitigated gall. Listen, Chuck Schumer has spoken. He may not be in agreement with all that has come out in regards to Graham Plattner. He may have backed another candidate, which was Janet Mills. He may have done all of that. But Chuck Schumer has gotten on board when it comes to Graham Plattner.
Right here from this young man. On Graham Plattner, are you satisfied with the explanations he's given for the controversies his campaign is facing right now? Are you concerned about what happened? I met with Graham Plattner today. We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the city. Are you so present that now is your preferred candidate? And rather than you should get back in, you're standing behind Graham Plattner? We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the city. Yes. Sure does government state behind Graham Plattner. Does that prove the credibility in attacking Penn Paxton? We're going to take that. We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the city. Any other subject you got? Any other subject? Yes, you're right there. Do you believe that Janet should unsuspend her candidate? We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the city. That's one. You have not said if you're still endorsing Graham Plattner. You're still supporting Graham Plattner. As I said, I endorse Graham Plattner. We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the city.
Any questions? Was he clear enough for everybody? But I want to leave y'all with this. Allegedly, Susan Collins is a home-wrecking hoe that was stepping out with a married father of 3 while his wife had cancer, and then convinced that man to leave his dying wife to marry her instead. Ooh, Susan Collins, you little unethical freak, you. Listen, before I leave, I've got some people to thank. Over on the Cash App, I want to thank Gail R. Thank you so much for your donation. I want to thank Anthony A. Thank you so much for your donation. I want to thank Jared L. Thank you, Jared, for your donation. I want to thank Juliana B. Thank you, Juliana, for your donation. Bridget B. Thank you so much for your donation. Joy, thank you for your donation. And Royna W., thank you so much for your donation. Over on Venmo, I want to thank SCOFA. SCOFA stands for Self-Clasping Overhead First Amendment Holder. It's a backpack she made to hold up signs, hands-free, at all of the pro-choice, democracy first, no kings rallies. Thank you so much, SCOFA. I appreciate your donation. All right, y'all, that's all y'all gonna get from me today. I'm back to resting.